Welcome back into the Now Buffalo. We want to take some time to talk about a story that has left a big impact on all of our hearts today as Western New York said goodbye to Buffalo Police Officer Craig Lehner. The nearly 6-hour-long tribute began around 9 o'clock this morning as officers lined up outside Buffalo's KeyBank Center waiting to salute their fallen officer's casket as it processed toward the funeral. Officer Lehner's canine partner's shield followed behind that casket. We now know at least 8,000 people attended today's funeral, many of whom never met Officer Lehner but felt the need to pay their respects to a man who gave his life for his community. Lehner spent 16 years in the United States Army and 9 years on the force with the Buffalo Police Department. Today, he was remembered as a decorated veteran, colleague, and friend.
Craig was a great police officer. He was a great canine handler. He was a great soldier, and he was a great diver. But even more important, he was a great man.
You knew this kid was special. There was a drive about him. It just made you want to do better.
You understood that he wasn't just working a job. He was using his life to try and impact the world and leave it a better place in his wake.
And it wasn't just friends, family, and fellow officers who came out to celebrate Officer Lehner's life. Students from area schools like Canisius and St. Francis High Schools lined up along the procession route to show support. For students we talked to, seeing Officer Lehner's casket was an important and eye-opening experience.
You see funeral processions and everything before, but just the image that this one had was so strong that it made you take a step back and realize, like, what a person we really lost and how these people, what they do to protect us every day.
We've shown you all week how Western New Yorkers have come together to show support for Officer Lehner and his family, and that continued today as families and kids lined the path to Forest Lawn, waving American flags and holding each other in the cold and the rain. Take a listen to why one woman said she came out.
Sad, but kind of proud, because even though he can't see it or he doesn't know what's going on, his family sees it, his friends sees it, his colleagues sees it.
The emotional day ended at Forest Lawn Cemetery with 21 gun salutes and a bugler playing taps. After final thoughts and prayers, the Lehner family said goodbye one last time, laying roses on the casket, and doves were released as a symbol of peace, hope, and love.
It meant a lot. The massive amount of people that came out were holding flags, putting their hands on their heart, saluting the casket. Again, Western New York, Buffalo, we're a city of good neighbors, and today proved it.
Today we learned Shield on your screen will be buried next to Officer Lehner after he dies. Buffalo police say now that that funeral is over, they plan to launch a full investigation into what went wrong during the underwater training exercise when Officer Lehner lost his life. Just an unbelievable show of support for this American hero, this community man in our area, Aaron. Yes. And what an emotional day. But really, I mean, watching from home as well, for me at least, it just made me so proud to be a Western New Yorker, to be from Buffalo.
Yeah, it was so emotional. You can see thousands of people paying their respects, and then video right there of his mom kissing the casket, and family and friends.